Good evening and welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. It's so nice to have you back, and it's so wonderful for you to invite me into your living room on Saturday evenings. It's so much fun to bring music to you from around Connecticut, around the area. Live music and original music is so important to the economy and to people's souls. Tonight I want to bring to you an artist that I didn't know until this summer. I had heard of him and we had exchanged emails, but I hadn't met him, and he came and did the farmer's market for me this summer, and I got to listen to him playing and fell in love with his originality and the way that he presents himself and the way that he carries his music in his pocket, his heart. I hope that you'll help me welcome and really enjoy Dave Hogan.
It's called Never Far From Home. Bridges pass me by, and the steel mills and the farm. Though I'm never far from home, my memories carry me along. I'm never far from home. All those waves of grain, silos and the spires, seen the coastlines and the plains. Though I'm never far from home, my memories carry me along. Oh, I'm never far from home. Engines can take me about 100,000 miles. Seas and islands far from me, and they're lost in crimson skies. Though I'm never far from home, my memories carry me along. I'm never far from home. Though I'm never far from home, my memories carry me along. I'm never far from home. All right, this is called Elevator. This is from the Trailhead EP. Most of the stuff I'll be doing today is new, like that last one. Upcoming CD, hopefully in the springtime. This is from Trailhead. Spent some time looking up from the bottom, ground floor climb is on my mind today. Hands are moving without hesitation. You know freedom is just a decision away. It's a long ride up and a straight shot down on life's elevator. It's a long ride up and a straight shot down on life's elevator. Step inside for a ride, set the wheels in motion, and think outside of the lines, watch the visions change. Wasted too much time caressing the notion. You know freedom is just a decision away. It's a long ride up and a straight shot down on life's elevator. It's a long ride up and a straight shot down on life's elevator. It's a long ride up and a straight shot down on life's elevator. It's a long ride up and a straight shot down on life's elevator. All right. This is something from my Rafter Bad Days that I decided to re-record on Trailhead. It's called The Ghost of You. Oh, it's been quite some time you disappeared from my life, and I still drive along those roads. Ain't no exits on the way to wherever I'm headed. I still got a long way to go. You know I still got a long way to go. Got me a new love now with some beer whiskey chaser. Keeps all memories of you from my mind. And I know nothing of sorrow, nothing of heartache. I ain't got nothing but time. No, I ain't got nothing but time. And I'm counting those white lines. And I'm loving my night times. But in daytime your ghost slings on. Said I'm counting those white lines. And I'm loving my night times. But in daytime your ghost slings on. Well, the radio's on, I hear the hum of the highway, the sound of you calling my name. Though you're a lifetime behind, I'm looking for peace of mind. A new place I'm going to stay. No, a new place I'm going to stay. And I'm counting those white lines. And I'm loving my night times. In daytime your ghost slings on. Said I'm counting those white lines. And I'm loving my night time. But in daytime your ghost slings on. But in daytime your ghost slings on. But in daytime your ghost slings on. Oh, yeah. All right, here's something new. I need a sip. Need a sip for this one. It's called Fully Realized. Racing time on parallel lines. Nothing changes till worlds collide. Still inclined to let it pass by. Never fully realized. Never fully realized. Walking on air, the world on a string. Living so high. What did it bring? When did it change to a ball and a chain? Never fully realized. Never fully realized. Can't hold what you got, still you're asking for more. Love can't come in with a lock on your door. You're either reaching for the sky, dying on the vine. Drunk on sound, high on time. Stuck outside with no place to hide. Now where was my mind when that dream walked by? Never fully realized. Never fully realized. Never fully realized. Never fully realized. Can't hold what you got, still you're asking for more. Love can't come in with a lock on your door. You're either reaching for the sky, dying on the vine. Never fully realized. Never fully realized. Never fully realized. Never fully realized.
Woo!
Well, I know the holidays have passed. Well, almost. I'm going to do this one anyway. It's for Mrs. Claus, wherever she is. It's called Christmas Every Day. Well, it's cold outside, I'm far from home. It's been a while since I spent some time with you beside the fire. The leaves have long been changed, and they're falling to the ground. But it's Christmas every day when you're around. Not too long ago we spent our days out in the sun, never dreaming that our dark day would ever come. Now winter time is here, nothing brings me down, and it's Christmas every day when you're around. moving on. The frost upon the window is all gone. The happiness I left behind is waiting for me now. And it's Christmas every day when you're around. Yeah, it's Christmas every day when you're around. When you're around. All right. This is another brand new one. It's called Dollar and a Dime. Working my life for $1 and a dime. So confusing, wasting my time. Losing my shirt, losing my mind. Holding my hat on the bread line. Slaving all my hours, just slaving for pay. Got nothing to show at the end of the day. I wish I could go, I'm just wasting away, and got no reason to stay. Betting my life on $1 and a dream. Stars in your eyes can make you believe. Caught in my hand, caught up my sleeve. Smoke and mirrors to see. Working my life for $1 and a dime. So confusing, wasting my time. Losing my shirt, losing my mind. Holding my head on the bread line. Step outside, right into the space and time, reminding me of days gone by. The sounds from the shadows of a line of trees back to me, right down the breeze. Painted clouds in a biblical sky, just in time to watch them pass by, standing on this spinning stone. Coming home. Sunlight fades, step into brand new dream. Darkness falls surrounding me. Coming to a long day's end in my hiding place, still untouched by the hand of man. A billion stars in a jet black sky, waiting all day for them to rise, shining down on this spinning stone. Like coming home. Like coming home. Thanks a lot. There's another new one. Do an old song from a long time back. It's called "A House of Cards." Spent my life in my old hometown. All my friends seem to settle down. I always sang about going away, but something keeps making me stay. But all that's gonna change. Like a cloud of smoke from an old freight train, like a grain of sand in a driving rain, like a house of cards in a hurricane. I'll be gone, gone, gone. Barroom names and barroom games, local lore and local fame, but all this talk just seems to be the same. But all that's gonna change. Like a cloud of smoke from an old freight train, like a grain of sand in a driving rain, like a house of cards in a hurricane. I'll be gone, gone, gone. When a dream leaves, who can tell what remains? Sometimes I don't even know my name. Spent my life in my old hometown. All my friends seem to settle down. I always sang about going away. Something keeps making me stay, but all that's gonna change. Like a cloud of smoke from an old freight train, like a grain of sand in a driving rain, like a house of cards in a hurricane. I'll be gone, gone, gone. Like a cloud of smoke from an old freight train, like a grain of sand in a driving rain, like a house of cards in a hurricane. I'll be gone, gone, gone. I'll be gone, gone, gone. I'll be gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. Thank you. Let's see. Right, this is something else off the Trailhead EP. It's called "Waiting for My Time." living so long alone. I can remember hearing the phone or listening for the tone when I was young long ago. Been inside for years. The mirror's the only one that sees my tears. It dried up with my fears. They felt so long ago. How many times must I look back to find all my younger days? Names have all changed and the pictures have faded to gray. They're waiting for my time. Did they say that it's the end of the line? Too bad my body went before my mind. It gave out long ago. Times must I look back to find all my younger days? The names have all changed and the pictures have faded to gray. They're waiting for my time. Did they say that it's the end of the line? Too bad my body went before my mind. It gave out long ago.
Why don't you do one more and then come talk to me for a while?
Alrighty.
That'd be awesome.
Well, let's see. Oh, here's a brand new one. Brandy new. So brandy new that I forgot. It's called Analog. Call you on the telephone, saxophone on the gramophone. All I hear is a dial tone, living in an analog zone. God is wood and steel to let you know just how I feel. Is it cold or is it me living on has erased my mind. Counting the seconds that tick by, watching the megabytes fly, sitting unused in a bookmark file, living in analog life, living in analog life, living in analog life. Thank you.
Right? So while David's getting over here and getting his mic hooked up, I just want to remind you all that the way to save our economy is to build it from the ground up. That means if you in your community support the things going on in your community, the money stays in your community, and thus building our economy. If each community builds on its own economy, then the economy in general is going to grow. We need to stop supporting these big, I'm not even going to get into it. Shop local, see local shows, support your local artists and musicians, do what you have to do to support your neighbor. If we do that, then we're going to be great. If we don't do that, well, you see what's going on in the world around you. Have a seat, Dave. Welcome to Grandma's Attic.
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Are you comfortable there?
Yeah, we're
Get you all
good.
settled in. So I was trying to put all these CDs in kind of, this is the only one that I have.
Okay.
So is this the last one that you did?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And this is just you by yourself, but I think that this says 2000, this is 211.
Right.
So is there one between here and there? These are with,
This Gray Light CD was done around the same time as Trailhead.
Okay.
Those are the two most recent.
now this Gray Light Campfire is the kind of group that you do, a trio, right?
Yeah, we have a trio. It's a three-piece rock band, and that's our, that's how we go out and gig, and we combine everybody's music.
Now this is kind of old.
That's very old, actually. At this
I
point.
can't wait to hear it.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one. See, that was I was in a band for a number of years with the bass player called the Rafterbats, and we were like bluegrass smashed into like a rock band. Kind of thing.
Okay.
There's plenty of bands doing that
Yeah, yeah.
nowadays, but we're kind of like, I don't know.
A lot
I
of
want to say
people weren't doing it
pioneers.
then. Yeah,
it's like
okay.
it was kind of a new thing back then. We all brought our past bands into that, and what happened, that ran its course. It was like an 11-year project. We did it for
Right.
quite some time, and me and the bass player had like this side thing, this Gray Light Campfire thing, which was just me and him basically, and we got a hold of one of our old drummers, and we're like, let's go electric with it, and that was really my first step forward to going back to leading my own project and really taking the reins again.
Now, do you prefer acoustic or electric?
I like them both. There's really, and mentioning the Rafterbats, I would like to get another bluegrass unit together, which would be fun again because it's
Yep,
been
yep,
a while. But
yep.
I like it. I like them the same, really. If I'm playing acoustic, I can play a lot of. I can mix in a lot of my influences without having to pass it through the democratic band process. And,
Yeah.
I could just pretty much do
what
what I
you wanna
feel,
do.
and
Right.
but the band, I have a fine band. The rhythm section is really outstanding. It's Brian O'Callahan on bass, and Henry Orzinski is our newest member on drums.
Nice.
And it's really clicking well, and we veer off into jam band zone, and we kind of blow people's mind with just a 3-piece, and we get out there. So it's like, they're like, how do you get that much sound out of 3 guys? And
Right,
it's like,
right.
I don't know.
Well, I think that having 3 people on stage tends to allow the musicians to click better. When you've got 5 or 6 or 8 people on stage, there's kind of a separation of music, as opposed to when 3 people that know each other really well are interacting and putting music forth together. I guess back in January you had a bunch of gigs. I know that you played at Chamard Vineyards at the beginning of the year, and then you played at Two Boots. Do you have anything coming up in late February?
Late February. I'm trying to fill in the calendar right now as we speak. You know,
good.
it's
So
like,
people can go to davehoganmusic.com in order to book you.
yes. Yeah.
That would be great.
And on the website we have upcoming dates, you know, on the front page, and then you can go and you can check out videos. We have, you know, links to everything. You can go check out our music. There's some pictures you
All
can
the way
look
back
at.
to 208?
Yeah, you know, a little
Awesome.
bit of everything, you know, and you know, there's other incarnations. I play with another former member of the Rafter Bats. Scott Camara plays the dobro. He's
Oh, I
a fine,
love the dobro.
fine dobro player, and him and myself and Chris Santala out of New Haven do a thing called the Country Trio. And
Cool.
we recently did a
You should bring
show,
them back and have them do a show here.
which is a lot of fun. We get to do that high lonesome harmony kind of honky tonk,
right,
you know, old timey country sound. You know, like you know, maybe the Nashville sound kind of thing, Bakersfield sound.
Right. Now, where do your influences come from, Dave?
You know, when I was a young child, I was, you know, a teenager, I was a metalhead, but then I got steered toward the Allman Brothers Band and started, you know, getting in that classic rock kind of thing. And then early to mid 90s, I got really turned on to the alt country scene, you know, like Sun Volt, Jason and the Scorchers, Uncle Tupelo, that kind of the cow, whatever you want to call it, cowpunk, alt country. That really turned my head around, because we were like, one of my bands was doing that kind of thing in the Northeast, and I didn't even know any of that was going on. I thought we were like, you know,
Breaking ground.
foolishly I thought that we were the only ones doing it, but you know,
I don't
you're
think
never
that's
the only
foolish
one
at all.
doing anything. But you know, I was like, oh, we have kindred spirits out there, which really encouraged me to, you know, really keep following that kind of vein. That's what I'm most comfortable with.
When you sing by yourself, it's very country sounding. So I was wondering if you had brought that in. Now, when did you start playing music? You're a songwriter, too. You're a really good songwriter. So when did that all kind of meld together for you?
I don't know. I mean, you know, I was growing up playing in cover bands and stuff like that, and not really the lead guy or the songwriter guy. I mean, always contributed. Like we always had some kind of, in all of my bands, had some kind of an original vein. I mean, we always forced ourselves to write. We want our own music, you know.
Yep.
And it's like, so you know, but basically, I was like music guy. I really wasn't like lyric guy, and I don't know. I kind of got forced into it, you know. It's like, main songwriter guy leaves. Well, we want to keep doing this. Somebody's got to pick up the slack, you know. And it's like, all right. I just kind of jumped into it, you know. And I don't know exactly when it happened, but you know, probably like late '80s or something. You know,
Wow.
It was like really when I started really trying to write my own. Seriously write my own songs.
Does it come easy to you?
Sometimes, I think most writers have writer's block at times, you know, whether
Yeah.
you're writing novels or whether you're writing songs. And fortunately, I got involved with a songwriters group over the past about year and a half. And a lot of the songs out of my new batch of songs were inspired, you know, we throw out subjects and everybody comes back with a song, you know. It's like, it's really interesting, and to see where everybody comes with different perspectives, and that really kind of broke a wall down for me, you know. It's like, so give me some assignments, and you know, yeah, I come up with something, you know. It's like
the Christmas Everyday song is really cool. Where did you get the idea for that? It's almost a love song.
It definitely is. And,
Okay.
I don't know. I got the vocal line. I just wanted to do something nice for somebody. But I was inspired by something I was listening to on my headphones one day, just working. And I was like, and that line, Christmas Every Day, kind of fit.
Resonated,
And it
yep.
just kind of, I was like, oh, that would be really cool as a Christmas gift. And I was
So
just
you
inspired.
gave someone
yeah.
a song for a
Yeah,
Christmas gift.
yeah.
How cool is that? No one's ever written me a song before. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Now, why did you name this Trailhead?
Well, it was my second solo outing, and I don't know. The picture was inspiring, and Trailhead. You know, at times, I really feel that I need to follow my own head. You know, and rather than what people not necessarily expect of me, but you know, it's like it's time for another Dave record, and you know, I'm in charge. You know,
It's my stuff.
Production. You know, I don't know. I just thought it was apt. You know, it was another starting point for me. You know, because it was a while in between those two records, and in between Funbox and Trailhead, and
I haven't heard this yet. I've heard this several times, and I've played it on my show, but I haven't heard any of this. On the back, you've got horns on your head. I'm a little scared of that.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Everybody's got a little devil in them, no? No.
But those aren't red devil horns. Those are black horns. That's okay. So what should I expect out of Funbox?
Funbox was a concept record.
Okay.
It was my first one I wanted to put my own name on, and my concept was to get all my musical friends to contribute to the songs that I had collected for that record.
Okay.
A couple of them couldn't be there because they had left this world or moved away.
That's sad.
But that's such is life,
Right,
you know.
right.
And I gathered all the friends that were at hand and had time to help me out with it. I mean, it was the rhythm section of Graylight, but you know, as a foundation. But then other people who I had worked with before, and I'd like to do it again. I'd like to do a part 2 of Funbox, which because I got a whole new batch of material, and I'd just like to have another bunch of special
Well, I'll
guests
let you know
on
how
there.
it goes. There's a song on here called, and in my mind, these two things don't mix, but I can see how people would think that they would. Root beer and whiskey. Come on, guys, now. Root beer, do you mix root beer and whiskey?
I don't. I try not to do that. Root beer and whiskey. There's I mean, it's not a really interesting story, but
They're all interesting, Dave. They're all interesting.
that was written a long time ago, and it's always been on like this weird little cassette tape sitting in the corner of the room. You know,
Yeah,
it's like an
yeah.
archive thing. I'm archive guy of all my past bands and
Right.
everything, right? So,
Of course.
but this song has always stuck in my head for a long time. Me and one of my special guests on there, Jason P. Krug, who just had notoriety with the Grimm generation. We've been friends since like high school, and I don't know. We just happened to meet up at a mutual friend's house. The bass player had an idea. He started scribbling words down. I started making suggestions, and all of a sudden we had this song. And one of the friends that was there had a can of Hires root beer and a half pint of Jim Beam, and it was like, you know, that's where the title of the song came. It's like, you know, it was what the main writer saw in the room, and
Yep.
you know, we cut it down on a weird little cassette tape, and we decided to do it because it's one of my favorite songs, and it was like it was all done. We didn't know we were meeting there. We hadn't planned on writing any songs that day. We all just kind of met up, and it just came out of that chance meeting, and props.
Now I really want to hear
You
it.
know, that's one of my
It
favorites.
sounds like a fun little song, although I can't I can't even, in my mind, the taste of root beer
Yeah, but
and whiskey.
it doesn't really have anything to do with root beer and whiskey.
The
It's just-
song,
it's just
the song title has nothing to do with the song.
Not really. I don't know how it all ties in, but yeah,
I
it's
love
really
that.
unrelated. You know, I don't know why we named it that way
Because you could.
yeah, because that's
When
what was
you write
handy at
your
the
own
time.
things,
You know?
you can do whatever you want with the title.
But it was a natural, unplanned collaboration between 4 friends that had just gotten together that day.
That's nice. Now, where did you grow up?
Bridgeport.
Bridgeport. Ooh, tough city.
Born and raised in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Tough
And,
place to grow up.
I've either lived in Bridgeport or Stratford all my life. As a Southern Connecticut boy.
So
close
that's
by.
what made you. So that's what made you write music, was the tough city that you grew up in.
I'm sure that had something to do with it, you know.
Yeah.
I just I had an uncle that played guitar and was a teacher in the Bridgeport area.
Mm-hmm.
Although I didn't have that much contact with him as my dad's brother, but it's in the genes there somewhere along the line. I gravitated to music at a young age. I started playing guitar when I was 12.
Neither one of your parents were musicians.
No, but well, my dad was into doo-wop. He used to sing in like street corner doo-wop
Cool.
groups and stuff. He was like the bass guy. So he used to sing along with the oldie stations all the time. We had a radio in like every room of my house. My mom, when she was growing up, was like the president of the Johnny Mathis fan club. She used to get,
I love that.
She used to get,
I love
she used
that.
to get Christmas cards every year. I mean, it's whack. You know, she was like into the Elvis and the Beatles and,
Right.
and that kind of 50s and 60s music. So I mean, the radio was on in the car, the radio was in the kitchen. You know, like every room in the house. You know,
Right. There was
there was
always
a stereo
music playing.
always. You know, and it was a big part of me
Well,
growing
and
up.
television hadn't really taken over as the number one media yet at that point.
Well, yeah, growing up, I didn't have MTV growing up, or
No,
you
well,
know,
none
it's
of
like-
us had
yeah.
MTV growing
yeah,
up,
but
but-
you know,
Television as a whole wasn't something that we had on 24/7. And you see that in so many homes today. People have forgotten how important music is.
yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, and you know, you had to go out and buy records, or you had to turn on the radio.
Woolworths.
And, yeah,
The
Or
5
Best.
and dime. Yeah, right? And it
Caldor,
was-
Bradley's.
Right, Bradley's. Oh my goodness, I remember Bradley's. That was a great store. So you have a whole bunch of stuff here, and let's tell people where you can find all this stuff at Dave Hogan Music. That's capital D, capital H, and capital M, davehoganmusic.com. And you can also find, are you still on MySpace or are you on Facebook?
MySpace, you know, that was done a while ago. MySpace is really kind of ineffective at this point, I think.
Right.
But you can find me on Facebook at David Hogan on Facebook, and Greylight Campfire also has a Facebook.
Okay.
The main place to get all your Dave Hogan, Greylight Campfire, Country Trio, Six Pack Dutchman. There's another project I have I didn't tell you about. DaveHoganMusic.com is where you go for all your Dave Hogan needs. So, you can get all the CDs there. There's T-shirts. There's you know, music, videos. You know, you can do
Everything.
the bios there. You
All
can
my
learn
Dave
about
Hogan needs. I love that. So for all your Dave Hogan needs, okay, my mind, yeah, it just went to the horns, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So we're going to let you get ready to go out. I have a question that I ask most musicians. I didn't ask the last one because he's already a teacher. But I ask most of the people that I interview this question, and I think it's really important. This world has turned kind of ugly. And
I'll say.
yeah, it really has. So in my mind, I'd like to know what would happen if all of a sudden everything implodes and you're left, there's a little piece of land, and you and 12 children. I had one musician say, no, I don't want children. But listen, you need to give to them a legacy to carry on. And I'm going to assume, which I maybe shouldn't do, that because of your love for music, that it's going to have something to do with music. Now, what are you going to give to these 12 children as a legacy? It's just you and them. You can pick an instrument, or you can give your voice, whatever, but
Yeah, well,
give them
you know,
a legacy.
Definitely impart my love of music to them, but also don't kill each other. You know,
Don't kill each other.
Be nice to each other.
Right.
You know, you look at the news, man. Turn on the radio, look at the TV. Everybody's just at each other's throats, and it's kind of depressing. And
It's very hard, and the bottom line is if we get cut, we all bleed red. And so I agree with you that we need to teach people to love one another. But would you tell them a certain song or a certain piece of music to help them feel that love and feel that companionship?
I would encourage them to find their own voice and develop their own outlook and view on the world, and try to express themselves that way through the music.
Through their own music
Yeah.
that comes from their inner
Yeah,
self.
yeah.
Well, that's a wonderful thing. I believe that we're coming close to, I don't know, we have like 5 minutes or so.
Oh.
So we can still talk about a couple other things. You have a new album that you're getting ready to cut. You want to have that out by midsummer, end of the summer?
Yeah, I'm shooting for summertime, I guess. You know, beginning of the summer would be great, but you know, these things go. You know, I've had the songs, I've had at least half of these songs for, I don't know, 6 months or so, you know, and it's like you write them, you want to get them down, but logistically, it doesn't always work out that way. So I'm shooting for the middle of the year would be great. If I could have it out by springtime, even better.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Now, when
looking
you do
forward
that,
to it.
you'll let me know and bring it in so that I can put it on the radio and on
Absolutely,
TV and
yes.
stuff?
It'll be shot
That'd be
right
good
out
stuff.
to you.
Yoo-hoo! I got new
and my
music for
plan
ya.
was to have it in the format of Funbox. I'm going to have a lot of, hopefully, have a lot of my friends come and help me out
Yep.
with this one again. You know, instead
Cool.
of just having the 3-piece. Well, the 3-piece went really well on Trailhead. That was done in like 3 days. We just blasted it, man. It was
Yeah,
really
it's a great
cool.
CD. It's a great CD.
I always wanted to get that live in the studio feeling.
Yep.
But
It's hard to do that.
It's really hard to do, and we just went in there well rehearsed and loose with our friend Tyler Bird, who did all but one of those CDs for us.
Okay.
He has since moved back down to Nashville, but I'm hoping that he can come visit and do another record with us again. 'Cause
So
he's
you got to
so good.
entice him.
Yeah.
Tell him to come up and check out a
Yeah.
TV show that you do on a regular basis. So yeah, this CD I play on Grandma's Attic Show, especially if I'm doing somebody else's radio show. I play a lot of local, really good stuff, and this is really good. I think that my favorite song on here is Spin Cycle. I'm not sure why, it grabbed me and it got me. I'm wondering if we can get you to go out with this song that you love so much. I know it's done with other people on the record, but can you do it as a solo, Root Beer and Whiskey? Can you-
Absolutely, I can do
I'd
it.
I'd like to get to hear some of that. Dave, thank you so much for coming to Grandma's Attic. I
Thank you,
really,
Doc. Thank you
really
for having me. This is
appreciate
great.
it. I can't wait to have
It
you
was
back.
so much fun. It was like, you know, I didn't know what to expect. And
Of
this is
course
so
you
good.
didn't. Go play some Root Beer and Whiskey for us.
Okay.
And we'll see you again when you have that new CD ready.
Yeah, hopefully
That will
sooner
be
than
fun.
later.
All right, so while he's getting back into his seat, he's going to play the Root Beer and Whiskey song for us. Remember, in downtown New London, we have local shops. We've got local galleries. We've got the Eyeglass Lass. We've got Cobalt Blue. We have I just lost the name of it. Anyway, shop local, be local. The restaurants on Bank Street alone are worth investigating. The Sea Hun serves German. Gaspar serves 5-star food, period. Roadhouse has the best burgers on Bank Street. Buckley House has a great assortment of pub-type food. Hot Rods Cafe supposedly has the best wings. Not my opinion. That's just what it says on the front. So these are places you can go check out. You can just be on Bank Street and have a blast, but check out all of New London. Check out all of your community. Shop local, stay local, keep the money local, and listen to Dave Hogan sing Whiskey and Root Beer and Whiskey.
Yes.
There's a new coat of paint on this dirty old town. The river rises to the highway drowns. Rain falls down, and I just wash away. And there's something about when it rains, and I just fall apart again. Nothing left but mercy on the ground. It's just like root beer and whiskey and two old Cadillacs. They take you to Texas, but they won't bring you back. I'm living for the minute, but it's already an hour past for root beer and whiskey and two old Cadillacs. There's a new light out on the highway tonight. Can see as the cars roll by. Struck down and wasted, the dear old mother's child. But what's the point of living when you live out on your own? I got me a picture of my kid, but now she's grown. It's just like root beer and whiskey and three old friends of mine, staring through your memory, but I still can't place the time. Keeping time by the thoughts of you and the peace that I can't find from root beer and whiskey and three old friends of mine. It's just like root beer and whiskey and two old Cadillacs. Take you to Texas, but they won't